Just finally, you are the author of The Hidden History of Zionism, and I wonder if you could contextualise what we're seeing going on the ground right now in terms of the historical context of the State of Israel.
The Zionist state was formed as a colonial settler enterprise, not merely to colonize the population of Palestine, but to remove them from their land and from history. The head of the Zionist colonization program under Ben-Gurion said, "Not one tribe, not one clan, not one village shall be left." The people who are now being victimized in Gaza are the very descendants of those who were driven from their land in 1947 and 1948 in a series of massacres in which, out of a total number of 475 Palestinian towns and villages, 385 towns and villages were wiped off the map, reduced to rubble. And the remaining 90 had all their land confiscated, and legislation then imposed in which the Zionist state stipulates that to be entitled to live on land, to rent it, to lease it, to work on it, you must prove you have at least 4 generations of maternal Jewish descent. It's as if in, say, a country like the United States, in order for someone to live on land or to use it or to rent it or lease it or work on it, you had to prove you had no Jewish blood for at least 4 generations. The racist nature of the Zionist state is well expressed here, and the context is the following. This onslaught on the people of Gaza, this starving out of the population, this blockade of fuel oil, of electrical power, of food, of medicine, accompanied by continuous assassination. We spoke a moment ago about the supposed distinction between the civilian population and Hamas militants. What is a Hamas militant? A Hamas militant is a Palestinian youth resisting occupation and a genocidal destruction of the Palestinian people. This is a population that is targeted, and if you fight back, then you are deemed worthy of assassination and without any entitlement to the protections that every population is entitled to have. The people of Palestine are marked for elimination from their land and history, wherever they are. When they have been driven out of Palestine, they are followed to the desperate refugee camps in which they are confined, whether they are in Lebanon or in Syria or in Jordan or now in Gaza. It is the same paradigm, the same objective, and the same plan. The destruction of the population of Palestine, removal from their land and from history. This state, this Zionist state, is an outrage, and it is no more entitled to be continued as a state than the apartheid state of South Africa or the colonial regime in southern Rhodesia or the French colonial apparatus in Algeria. These states should be removed from history by the populations involved, all of the populations involved. The Israeli state would be an outrage even if it were anchored on a ship off of Haifa.
Ralph Shulman, many thanks for your comments there, joining us from Villaggio in California.